All right, call to order Historic Preservation Commission meeting, June 23rd, 2025. Roll call, Clay Burkett here, Claudia Camargo, George Ruiz, Chris Sutton.
Here.
Hope Wilson.
Here.
Luann Holman.
Here.
Allison Baglow.
Here.
And Kim Shaw. We do have a quorum. We have 4 voting members here. George will abstain from this one. Our old business is the only business we have for today, 108 South Wayne Street. I think Allison will read us her.
This is old business on 108 South Wayne, and this is because we did not need quorum on June 18th. So we have rescheduled for today, June 23rd. Applicant is Daniel Reinhold. Application number is 0623-2025. And this is regarding the property address at 108 South Wayne Street in Angola. Description of the proposed project. The property owner is proposing the repair of the broken stone on the front facade of the building. Stone will be cleaned and whitewashed, and the goal is to preserve as much limestone as possible. All windows to be replaced with black framed energy efficient windows. Broken round windows in the front to be removed and framed in for better installation and to showcase more of the limestone. In the rear of the building, plans to cover the foam installation with shiplap cement siding. 3 new windows to be added with energy efficient black frames to match the front. The door will be removed and replaced with an energy efficient door. The complete remodel will include preserve and repair as much limestone as possible, clean and whitewash limestone, replace all windows with black frame, round windows in front squared up, removed, and limestone will be used in its place. Shiplap will be in classic white to cover the foam in the rear, and 1 door removed and replaced with energy efficient door. That's in the back of the building as well. Section A1C of Chapter 15.25.070 of the City of Angola Municipal Code requires a certificate of appropriateness to be issued by the Commission before a permit is issued or work has begun. I'm just going to scroll down. The applicable guidelines, page 71, storefronts states if the storefront needs more than 50% replacement, a new storefront should reflect traditional storefront design with the various parts including large display windows. Historic storefronts should be repaired using the same materials as originally constructed. Where storefront windows are single pane glass, weatherization and energy usage should be improved usage, internal mounted store windows, or by swapping the single pane glass with new double pane glass of the same size. Page 73 states, this is under the walls category, substitute materials such as fiber cement or other composite materials pre-approved by the Commission can be considered when deteriorated wood siding is in a high moisture contact location. The following composite or new materials have been approved by the Commission: wood composite or fiber cement. Page 76, windows states where windows are beyond repair as defined as 50% of the original window material needing replacement. Any new windows should match the original or early windows shape, size, light division, and operation. Page 77, windows also states fill in or obscure an existing original window. If an opening is approved for infill, the exterior siding should be installed with stagger joints to blend and filled opening with the surrounding siding. Brick or stone infill should be toothed in to match the adjacent material installation pattern. On page 111, under paint, painting previously unpainted historic brick or stone is discouraged because the paint can cause underlying damage to the masonry by trapping water. Page 114, under paint, If masonry surface has been compromised through previous sandblasting, moisture infiltration, or the use of harsh chemicals, appropriate painting can provide a degree of protection. However, applying stucco is typically the more appropriate option. Proper application of water repellent paint can prevent water from penetrating while allowing vapor to escape. I will then go over my staff evaluation. Upon review, the proposed project does comply with applicable ordinances and guidelines outlined in the Angola Historic Preservation Guidelines. The materials selected for the limestone, cement shiplap, and windows are appropriate for preserving the historical character of the building. And the design and installation is consistent with criteria for storefronts, windows, walls on historic structures. Materials and paint colors are pre-approved materials, and paint colors are in the historic preservation guidelines. Whitewashing limestone can be an effective way to refresh an appearance while maintaining a natural age look, particularly in historic buildings. However, it is essential to use the correct materials to preserve the stone's integrity and respect its historical value. Traditional lime wash that's made from slaked lime and water is breathable and compatible with limestone, allowing moisture to still escape and prevent long-term damage. It is best to avoid modern acrylic-based paints or sealants, which can trap in moisture and cause deterioration. Testing a product on a small area to ensure the whitewashing process aligns with conservation is the best practice. Staff recommended approval of the certificate of appropriateness for proposed renovation, as the project does align with the city's historic preservation standards. The proposed project has been thoughtfully designed to align with the preservation guidelines. Careful attention to matching materials, maintaining the building's architectural integrity, and using appropriate modern alternatives where necessary ensures that the work will enhance the building while preserving its historic character. Ensuring the renovation of this historic building creates a cohesive aesthetic while preserving its architectural integrity to help safeguard its character and significance for generations to come. This applicant is applying for the facade grant also to use in 2025. Applicant is requesting $10,000 to use from grant funds. The total estimated project for the outside is $41,600. And I do want to just go over some photos that I have up on the board. This is in the rear of the building where the foam is to be covered with a cement shiplap. The color choice here was the classical white, which is in the historic colors at Sherwin-Williams. And pictured is the limestone in the front of the building that is going to be repaired. And then this is an image of what limestone whitewash would look like. This is the curved, rounded, broken window, which would be removed and replaced with limestone to match the original limestone facade. And this is an example of one of the windows that will be black frame windows to be added. Image of the proposed new windows by Anderson or Windsor, and Dan can probably talk to you. He's kind of looking between these two brands. Double is for the 3 top windows in the building, and triple is for the 2 lower. And below, there's an image of those windows in the front. And that does conclude my report. If anyone has any questions, I'd be happy to field those. And after I'm finished, Dan will present to you as well.
Are we clear that they're only repairing one window? None of the windows exist, because those are gorgeous now.
Those windows will be repaired. I'm gonna work out with Dan. He is applying for the certificate, but I will be contracting Dan to fix those windows. The stained glass windows will be removed, and they will be rehung inside of the windows so that you will still be able to see them from outside. The issue is they are very, very damaged. It's leaking water into the inside because they haven't been properly maintained for years. And to have them redone would cost probably twice as much as getting new windows. So what Dan is proposing is that one window, there's that one all the way to the right is just a regular white vinyl window in there. So he wants to match all of the windows to redo the facade.
You actually checked, I had a stained glass window reletted and it was,
It's missing pieces and it's actually it's literally hanging in there by a thread. Trust me, we've looked into it because we wanted to try to preserve them as much as we could, but it's the glass is warped. We'd have to replace probably about like 50% of the glass if we went into. And I tried to save because on the back side of the building, there were also lighted windows there, but whoever had the building before me, when they patched the roof, they just tarred over the whole thing. So I can't even find glass that would match those.
I have a question about filling in the curved windows. Are they filling in with curved limestone? Like the limestone is curved, or will that be a different sort of?
You want me to step up now? Sorry, you want me to wait?
Sure, you can have Dan come up.
So one of the things too, to add to what she said to answer your question is the way the building was put in years ago, I think that limestone came much later on because they did it incorrectly. But the reason the curved windows are popping and breaking is they put two steel I-beams that hold up George's part, and structurally they're coming down right now. So that's another big reason why we want to remove those. Now, there was a couple options. I don't want to put Chris on the hot spot, but like how they did Sutton's looks really nice with the black windows and they have the black panels underneath them. Option 2 is to put limestone caps, take those out, square those off, and make those match like with black panels to match the windows, so it all like looks like from the 30s or 40s or whatever. Secondly, if you go to the picture where the stones are falling off and like George referred to, whoever did this never put limestone caps on top of the sills, so all the water goes inside and they're peeling the stone off. So before we put the new ones on, we actually put limestone caps in there and then set the new windows. And it's like a drip cap, so when the water comes in, it doesn't go back in the building. But it's going to match the aesthetics of the whole thing. So it's not going to change the look of it. It's just going to be done correctly.
Is that because the building's old, but should they have done it differently when they built it?
They should have.
So
but I think,
that is a problem from 100 years ago.
well, actually, this stone is probably like 40 years old or 50 years old.
Yeah.
They put something over the top of this. Someone came back later and it wasn't done right because you could see the gaps there. So yes, it wasn't done right. But now we can come back and make it still look like probably 90% what it looks like now. But by adding limestone to it, fixing the corners, supporting those beams that come out so they don't fall down on his part, and then fix his windows and power wash it, clean it, and then try to whitewash it just to keep the aesthetics the same thing as it is our goal. But to try to keep what's there without supporting those beams, I mean, you can't. I mean, they'll pop again. The first 5 to 10 years, those windows will break up because there's no structure to it on the corners.
Okay. Are you keeping the curve with limestone or are you going to straight?
We're going to square them off, square them off, keep a look that is going to match everything else. It's probably going to be either another window next to that door on the side or whatever we can get to make it match, because it's going to be difficult to try to match the exact limestone anymore because it's 40, 50 years old. So we're going to try to make it so when you walk by it or see it, it's all like it was done before. I guess that's why we're going to do all his windows and ours too, so that everything matches.
And maybe when you clean it, you'll decide you don't want to whitewash it. So
That could be too. Yeah, that is a good point too. It might clean up enough that we could do it. We might have to re-grout or mortar some of it to do it. The door is almost going to be identical, but it's going to be a black one. Because what I want to do is when you drive by, I just want everything to look one thing.
Yeah, cookies.
Yeah, was the goal. So But the other thing is by doing this, we're killing two birds with one stone. We're actually keeping all the water out by redoing all the kind of structure of it, more or less.
And he's making sure my part doesn't fall into his part.
Come down.
Nobody wants
That would
that.
be good. Make sure, yeah, but I had a question about the limestone, the wash.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, because I know that's really important.
It is.
I mean, I've
Good
worked at
question.
commissions in other places, and that whitewash is critical to get the right kind. And it says here you use the slaked lime and water to use that. So you are going to do that.
Yes, Sherwin-Williams has a bunch of different stuff that goes along with this and the color to match the historical, district or whatever. So that's what we're going to try to work with if we do end up whitewashing after we clean it up. But yeah, it's like on all our other new homes and other projects we do, we just go through Sherwin-Williams because they have a product for plastic, for masonry, for anything. And I don't know how they do it, but it's pigmented to do what it's supposed to do. But it doesn't block out, like you guys were talking about the other day, it doesn't block it out so that stone can actually breathe and stuff too.
Yeah, that's really critical
It
to
is,
do
yeah.
that. And it'll look beautiful.
It will. I mean, it
Oh,
just.
whitewash.
It looks so
And-
good.
and-
Beautiful.
The other thing being is that if the limestone's not gonna match, the whitewashing will help kind of,
It will, it'll connect it all.
Yeah.
On it,
if
yeah.
we, if we can, it's gonna be matching.
George, because a lot of it, there's pieces missing and they did the grouting incorrectly. If you look down at the bottom picture, they never went back through and tucked it. So a lot of it's popping out.
Yeah, it is really.
So I don't know, it's gonna be fun, but.
Here's the
And
thing.
then I've done this before on other 100-year-old houses where I actually save pieces of stuff. And if I can't find, I piece it back in so it matches. Just because that's all I have, I can't get that actual stone or that look again. They did put limestone down below, but they never brought it out and over, and that's what a lot of our problems are.
Well, as you are probably aware, modern martyr is harder than your stone. And it's harder to
Right.
correct when you see the brick dissolve out because the mortar was too hard.
And it could be brick behind it too. I think they put this stone over much later on, like I said, and they just did like.
Oh, you don't know what's back there yet?
No.
Oh, wow.
This stone is new. It's not 100 years old. It's
Oh, no.
40 years old, maybe 50,
Well, the whole
maybe
building
90.
is, I'm pretty sure 1956.
Yeah, that is, yes, yeah.
The building.
So it could be just a brick behind it they covered with like a lick 'em stick 'em. So now we're trying to repair that so it looks,
Yeah. I'm curious what it was before they did that. That was the limestone.
I don't know.
Like if it was brick or just,
I bet it is.
yeah.
And that could be why there's such water problems, why there's such a reveal. Like you can see
Yeah.
that the window's in and then they put another layer on the outside.
Right.
And that could very well be.
Yeah.
So by doing all this, like George said too, we're actually fixing a lot of things in the structure and then making it look nice too. I know the back part, everybody loves that dome on the back, so.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
We're
yeah.
gonna be heartbroken to see
Oh,
it
yeah.
go.
Isn't that gonna be sad?
It's pretty cool.
I'm gonna go by it one more time. Just for-
And that's gonna be a concrete product like she read down below on what, if it's like a fiber cement, it's like hardy plank. That could be painted, but we're gonna do the white to match that. But
Right.
again, it's like a material that we won't have to do maintenance.
And then there'll be windows in
Yes.
that space too.
Be
correct?
back there in a new door. And then we're gonna take care of the water problem, take that out, or actually put like a sidewalk type slab in there to clean all that up so the water doesn't just go right into the building. It's a negative right now.
Yeah.
Is this your specialty? Are you for historic buildings?
No, what I specialize in anymore is like high-end lake homes. I
Oh,
do a lot of custom stuff, but I've worked on these for the last 23 years and fought them hard enough, like with how old stuff is, that I've learned a lot over the years, and the older they are, it's just you have to work with what they are. Like the oak studs and just everything. Plaster, lath and plaster too. It's been a really fun one, trying to fix that. I'm doing one at Crooked Lake right now. We're trying to, it's about 100 years old and it's tough. It's tough trying to get them fixed up and repaired, taking out damaged, rotted, lumber and still making it look like it was old.
a challenge.
Oh, it is. Yes, oh, it is. We always say just buy a Sawzall factory. Yeah, that's about what it is. Yeah.
Any other questions for Dan?
Any other comments or questions? Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion here. I'm gonna correct, really, that, I'll make a motion that we approve the application number 0618-2025 for Daniel Reinhold, at 108 South Main Street, Angola. Second.
Okay. All in favor? Aye.
Okay.
All opposed? Passed. And, we don't have any other business, so do we have a motion to adjourn?
I will move that we adjourn.
All right, anybody second?
Okay.
All right, meeting adjourned.
Hey, George, when are you guys gonna get started?
Huh?
How soon are you gonna get started? How soon are you gonna get started?
That's a him.